did not do. There was a warrior whose arrow never missed its mark. There was another who could end the entire Mahabharata with just 3 arrows. There was a king's son who was forgotten just because he spoke up for the truth. We remembered Arjun, worshipped Ram, but what about those warriors who were turning the pages of history, yet were erased from the stories? In this new journey, we will open the doors to those stories that remained closed for centuries, hidden behind caste and creed, beneath politics, and in the darkness of popularity. These were the warriors who, had they shown their full strength, history today would have been very different. These are the stories of those who were not weak, just forgotten. This is the great warriors of the ages. In every era, there is a hero whose very existence could have changed the course of time. But when someone's sacrifice is so great that even time itself bows before them, then they are not just a hero, but become a mighty force for righteousness. And in this series, the great warriors of the ages, the first warrior is the one whose head was severed, yet whose vision still witnesses the illusory war of the Mahabharata. He is Barbarik, Khatu Shyam Baba, descendant of the brave Bhil, grandson of Bhima, and a warrior who stood on the side of truth. Had he fought, the Mahabharata would have ended in an instant. This is not just a story, but a question. Did we ever truly understand that warrior who knew everything, yet still sacrificed his own disciple? This is the first chapter of the great warrior of the ages, Barbarik. The story of Barbarik begins in a small hut where one night Bhima himself fought demons and married the serpent mother Ahilavati. There, a boy was born who inherited Bhim's strength in his blood and a heart full of compassion. He learned the art of weaponry from his guru and received 3 arrows from Lord Shiva, each endowed with eternal, indestructible and infinite power. Just 3 arrows, but with those 3 arrows, Barbarik made a vow. I will fight on the side that is weaker, because in defeat there is compassion, humility and love. Sometimes victory can give rise to arrogance. The time of the Mahabharata arrived and Barbarik made his preparations. The battlefield of Kurukshetra was ready. Arjuna, Bhima, Karna, Duryodhana, all were prepared for war. At that moment, Krishna, who was the charioteer of time and also the architect of the war, saw a brave warrior approaching Kurukshetra from afar. Clad in blue garments, with the radiance of Shiva's third eye, a bow adorned with 3 arrows, and the light of penance in his eyes. Krishna asked, "Which side are you on?" Barbarik smiled and said, "I always stand with the defeated and the weak." He had promised his mother that if ever there was a battle between righteousness and unrighteousness, he would stand with the truth. Krishna became worried. If this warrior entered the battlefield, everything would change. To understand his strength, Krishna decided to give him a small test. He hid a few leaves under his foot and said to Barbarik, "Show me the power of your arrow." Barbarik released a single arrow, and that arrow found and cut all the hidden leaves, whether the leaves were under his foot or under Krishna's foot. Krishna realized that if this warrior fought for either side, the war could end in an instant. Krishna thought, when the Kauravas are weak, Barbarik will fight for them and weaken the Pandavas, and then he will fight for the Pandavas' side. In the end, after such a war, he alone would remain. And then came the most conflicted moment of the Mahabharata. Krishna asked that warrior for his head. Without hesitation, Barbarik offered his head, on one condition, that he wanted to witness the war. Krishna placed his head on a mountain from where he watched the entire Mahabharata war. He witnessed the entire Mahabharata, the battles, every thought, every deception, every sacrifice. When the war ended and the Pandavas were celebrating their victory, Krishna asked them a question. Who won this war? Each warrior named themselves Arjuna, Bhima. Then Krishna said, "Ask the one who, despite being all-powerful, could not fight in the war." The young Bharat smiled and said, "Neither Arjuna nor Bhima won this war. Righteousness won, and those who laid the foundation for Krishna's purpose were the true victors." Then Krishna said, "You are Shyam. Your devotion makes you the greatest of all. Even if people forget you, I will not let that happen." Today, the young Bharat is known as Khatu Shyam Baba, the king of devotees' hearts, a symbol of sacrifice and a valiant witness to righteousness. Even today, the sacrifice of that brave warrior is remembered. At the temple located in Khatu, Rajasthan, millions of devotees undertake a pilgrimage every year to have a glimpse of Shyam Baba. It is said that whoever approaches his door with a sincere heart, their prayers are answered immediately. Even today, people visit the court of Khatu Shyam Baba seeking solutions to their problems. Whether it's illnesses, court cases, or any trouble, Shyam Baba stands by everyone. From young children to IT engineers, everyone is his devotee. On social media, the hashtag Shyam Baba has millions of views. Even in the digital age, devotees have not forgotten their god, and new Shyam temples are being built everywhere, from Haryana, Punjab, Delhi, Gujarat to Mumbai. Because Shyam Baba still stands with those who may have lost, but continue to dream of victory with faith. The story of Barbarik is not just the tale of a warrior. It is a story of sacrifice, devotion, and compassion. Today, when the world focuses only on victory, Khatu Shyam Baba reminds us that there is honor even in defeat. When you stand by someone who has lost, that is when you are truly a hero. Even today, if you ever feel defeated in the battles of life, remember Shyam Baba once, because he still says, Baba Shyam is the support of the defeated. This was the first chapter of the great warrior of the ages. In the next story, we will meet another such warrior who fought even against time itself for his self-respect, who stood alone because now the stories will awaken and the heroes will be remembered once again.